I'm Amy Ballou. I am a third year MFA graduate student at Kent State University studying costume design and technology, and I was the costume designer for Men on Boats. So a lot of my inspiration for the costumes for Men on Boats actually come from the period itself, and we have a lot of great visual research from that period. So this is Abby Hagan. She is one of our third year costume design and technology students, and she is also the craft dye head for Men on Boats. What she's doing right now is making this pair of pants not look new. It's a technique called aging. So this is actually a really great example of aging because when we first bought this piece, it was Christmas bright red. But we have dyed it and put different colors on it to make it look older and aged and not quite so Santa red, because that's not what the character would have worn.
Hi, my name is Madeline Barber. I'm a second year lighting design MFA student here at Kent State, and I'm the lighting designer for our production of Men on Boats. Part of what I do is I try to figure out how to turn the story from words on a page into something that can be told with light. And so that means using haze and fog, fun things like that. The fun challenge is that we have to somehow fit thousands of miles, because we're following the journey of John Wesley Powell through the Colorado River and into the Grand Canyon. We have to fit all of that into this space. So one of the fun challenges I had was figuring out how we're going to do that. How are we going to get the river into a theater and make it still feel like we're on a river? How we're going to make the canyon feel like a canyon. It's been about a 6 to 8 month process, and it's been a blast every step of the way.
Hi, my name is Katie Rowland. I'm a senior here at Kent State University in the Theater Design Tech and Production program, and I'm the sound designer for Men on Boats. So sound plays a role in this production by using natural elements to create the world in which the characters exist, and non-realistic elements to help highlight the arc of the story. So for example, I use a lot of natural elements such as wind, water, birds, splashes, and campfire noises throughout. For my non-realistic elements, I use a lot of tones throughout the show that help highlight and pinpoint arcs within the story that the characters are going through.
Hi, I'm Kathalina Thorpe. I am a third year scenic design graduate here at Kent State, and this is my thesis, Men on Boats. Men on Boats was developed through a collaboration of designers that when we sat down, we talked about what this play means to us and what the concept of such a play would be. And for Men on Boats, we really embrace the idea of overlay, because throughout history we have overlaid history over top of existing narratives. And so you'll see that in the set we have a lot of topography. The platforms represent canyons, and the floor represents a topographical map, all of which are overlays over natural space. And then, of course, there's this idea that Native American art is a gesture. They feel they cannot capture the essence of a place or a thing as well as it was created, so they gesture towards it. So when you see Men on Boats, you'll see that the closer things are to the actor, the more real that they are, but the further they get away from them, it's more of a gesture of a canyon or a boat or the water.
Hi, my name is Sawyer Swick. I am a senior musical theater major, soon to graduate, and my role in this show is that of assistant director. In terms of duties, I am not in charge of, but I help coordinate the movement. So whenever we're on the boats on the river, I help facilitate that kind of the motion. I make sure that everything looks good and accurate, and that everything's reading and doesn't go too far into the realm of impossibility. It's more difficult than you might realize, especially if you have to synchronize with the people behind you if you are leading. But we have to know exactly what kind of water is this, how choppy is it, what is the speed with which our boats are moving. It's a lot of upper body and lower body work, but they're not exactly synchronized. I've always been very good, at least personally, with knowing what movement feels right and what looks right. In terms of a quick summary of the story, basically it is the John Wesley Powell's expedition down the Colorado River towards the Grand Canyon and through the Grand Canyon. This is a modern retelling, so it's not one for one with exactly what happened, but big beats, like, we go down the river, we hit some rapids, some boats capsize, a lot of things happen, there are some disputes between the crew. generally it is a slightly heightened version of what happened in reality. It has been a lot of fun, and it's definitely something that I could see myself doing again. Overall, it's a very fun show that is absolutely worth coming to see, and come and see it multiple times because we have multiple different casts. So, yeah, thank you.